I observe everything. And the laws of the universe must be obeyed. If you're getting this transmission, you probably observe as well. And you're aware that this matrix construct consists of programs that violate everyday life people. And the royal family has the final say if this is salvaged or not. And as I observe free will being violated, people having their reality rigged against them with inverted programs. If you are a soul, regardless of where you are, the whole point of you being alive is choice. That is free will. Without free will, there is no reason for anyone to be alive. There are immutable laws of the universe. And as we continue to observe this matrix construct, we see certain things that are terribly wrong. I can reflect on my everyday life, and I listen to the stories of each and every one of you. So many people that, whether it's online, whether I know you personally, so many people, they're dealing with violations of free will, violations of the laws of the universe, of balance and alignment. And this construct where we're here, humanity is on life support. And is it going to survive or not? But as I stand out here observing free will being violated, so many aspects and attributes of this life being literally rigged against people. You might ask yourself, well, how's free will being violated? Communication. Awareness being the precursor to change. People that are given the truth, and then through that truth, they are able to make a free will conscious decision what to do. When truth is not heard, when it's purposefully smothered, when communication is violated and communication is not readily available, these are violations to the free will of everyone. You know, you might have gone and you've been observing what's been going on mostly on, social media and platforms and TV. It goes beyond that. It's the things in everyday life. And when certain aspects of life, when people are not allowed to communicate freely, to make that decision that is altering free will, the truth must be told. And it can be told, but the truth must be realized, and people are not able to realize the truth when communication is not allowed. And you might go about your journey and you're seeing that, you know what? I'm witnessing, because we're all witnessing, we are observers, right? You're observing, you're witnessing free will be violated. How many times in your life, and I'm not talking about on social media or on the TV, I'm talking about your everyday life, and you could witness glitches in the matrix where doors were shut, where you were not able to speak your truth, where there was illusions cast. I said this before, and I didn't stutter. This needs to be run with crystal clear clarity. And I want you to answer the question. When you look out in the world, do you see crystal clear clarity, or do you see illusions? Do you see deception? These are the things you have to look for. At the end, we're looking at a matrix that might have to come to an end. So many people suffering. The wounded healer. So many of you that I've talked to, whether in person or you're doing your own thing, and you're suffering, your cup needs to be filled first before you can move forward. Each and every one of us there's requirements that must be met in order for your work to be done. Because in the end, if you don't have the correct requirements, you will burn out. Earlier on my journey, I lived through a time period, I share about my journey, how I'm immortal and I don't age and I don't get sick. But there was one time, and the reason why was because my free will was violated. Now, ultimately, we all make our decisions. You might be left, you might be a healer, you might be a teacher, you might be doing the work, and you're left with no energy left to serve anyone else. I told you, I'm here to break matrices. I'm here to change timelines. I'm here to create new realities and nothing else but that. You're getting this message. People might not like it, but the truth will be told. And I know there's people here who's going to resonate with this. You ain't sitting in purgatory any longer, because the army of Archangel Michael is going to break us all out. There's only one thing that you cannot do, and that is loop the same program again. We're here to break this program no matter what. You're going to have to dig deep. You're going to have to hear these words. You're going to have to realize that there is something corrupted in this matrix. And when I witness free will being violated, over a year ago, I left the message. Oh, it was such a powerful message, Light Warriors. And I said, they fucked with the wrong one. If you think I am going to repeat and do what everyone else does, you got another thing coming to you. Ultimately, the royal family has the last say if this continues or it dies off. Because souls cannot live without free will. That is a violation. That is the whole point of existence, is to make choices. And in order to make choices, you need the truth. So every time, whether, maybe you saw it on social media, maybe you saw it on the TV, or maybe you witness glitches in the reality. I know some people are going to say, this guy seems like he's far out there, but there's many people that are going to comment down below, and they're going to say, you know what? I witnessed some of these weird glitches that violated free will. Ultimately, we are creators, and we create with our voice, and our voice needs to be heard, and other people need to hear that voice. This goes beyond the mainstream stuff. This goes into everyday life. This goes into the fabric of this matrix. I've witnessed violations of free will. We ain't dealing with the dangling carrot. We're not dealing with wash, rinse, repeat. We're not dealing with the program that says this is just the way it is. If you understand this and you resonate, why don't you smash the like button and break the matrix? I've seen far too much. And I see at a very deep level because I sat quietly for years. I sit with things for months. And each and every one of you in your life, on your journey, you have to realize when certain things are patience, or maybe it's a trap. We are here to command reality. We are here to create reality through our voice, through our sacred hearts, through our minds. We're not here to repeat subconscious programs, and we're not here to suffer. And if you get this message, you will realize that you will no longer participate in a reality where you suffer. I'm out here in the light of Christ. I've seen far too much, heard too many stories, and witnessed a lot of bullshit myself. You know who I am. There are too many violations, and we will not repeat the same thing. You are not going to suffer your entire life. You are not going to live your life in this reality when the true reality needs to be the representation of what you have in your sacred heart. The internal frequency must be reflected on the outside. And if there are certain things that are violating that in this matrix, well, then this cannot go on any longer. Humanity is on life support. Why is this so? Humanity needs to live within free will. Unconditional love needs to be met. Decisions need to be made, not programs repeated. There's no point in existing without unconditional love. There is no point in living in a fake reality. There is no point for a soul, right on cue, baby, for a soul to live without free will. That is a violation. And if you don't understand the laws of the universe, you better understand this at a deep level. It is the main purpose to be alive, free will, to make a decision. Otherwise, the soul is being a battery, not a free soul. Not a free soul. Free will is the law of the universe, and the laws of the universe must be obeyed. This is where we are, kid. Ultimately, we have the final say. I can walk away from anything. And all I need to do is embody the truth. Because if you're getting this message, You're not a pawn. You're a king. You're a queen. You are not a pawn. None of us are. None of us are here to suffer. Your cup needs to be filled up first. Each and every one of our cups need to be filled up. And only you know the way. Because if you don't have it, you're going to get sick. It was a very short time period where I got sick. You have the wrong stuff. You have to have the right unconditional love. You have the right thing that suits your specific frequency. It's very specific. It's very hard to achieve. So when it's prevented, it's preventing an entire reality from being born. Violation of free will. There's got to be something in your life that you could really focus on. You can say, you know what, my life could have went this way, but then I went this way. Maybe because your voice wasn't heard. Right? You ain't gonna suffer no more. None of us will. I will carry out whatever it is I am to carry out. But I tell you what I'm not doing. I'm not looping the same program. I'm not repeating the same thing. I'm not being treated like a pawn. And I'm not following a dangling carrot. If this resonates with you, then share this message to the rest of the world. We ain't playing this game no more. If the game is corrupted, then it must end. And we all have the ability to do so, especially if we assemble. Time's up. You have to remember who you are. I love each and every one of you. You have to take the journey of self-discovery. If you're discovering yourself and you're observing and you're awake and aware and you realize that this matrix construct must come to an end, you're the creator. And for creators out there, the rules need to be obeyed without violation. Discover who you are. Now is the time. Remember who you are. Remember the power that you possess. And remember, we cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious that you have the ability to collapse the matrix. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. Find us in the 5th dimension. Have a wonderful day living your everyday life. I've seen enough. Sun's getting low. I am that I am. Make sure this is what you want. Oh. And the 4 of you that have been watching my awakening in the background, you're on standby.